Hello and welcome to level 159 of the Thoughts and Players podcast, the gaming podcast with all takes and no strings attached. I am Jeremy here with my compadre, David.
What up?
David, how is your evening going today?
My evening is going all right. Um, had work, and then I was home and gaming a little bit. I was trying to play some finals, and it kept saying I had an illegal file or whatever, so I couldn't
Hmm.
play it. So I had to uninstall and reinstall it, and then it worked. So
Okay.
whew, I don't know where that came from because I played it yesterday. I
Yeah,
haven't I haven't even downloaded anything.
that's interesting.
But yeah, that's how my day's going. How's your day going?
Going all right. Going all right. Going pretty good. Been real busy. Lots of work and stuff going on. But
Hmm.
yeah, evenings definitely not. I'll say my evening slash night definitely not sucking as much as my day was. So
Good, good. We'll take it.
yeah, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, chickens, ducks, and hens, welcome into this level of the pod. We hope that you're enjoying yourself. We hope that you're nice and toasty or cool or wherever you have to be and wherever part of the world you're in. Um, we've got a cool topic that we're going to discuss for this episode. Gets a little bit more in the wheelhouse, I think, of things we care about from like a gaming perspective, or as gamers. But before we get there, we're going to start where we always start, which is talking about the games that we are playing. So, who wants to start this off first?
I'll go.
Alrighty,
Very simple. Just rivals and finals. That's it.
rivals and
Nothing.
finals.
Yeah. No new
That's it.
season. No end of season. No. So just just another typical week.
Yeah,
That's what I've been playing.
nice, nice. Yeah, the finals has re-emerged.
Yeah. I think what the thing is how I kind of got like stuck on Fragpunk, so I'm taking a break so I can rethink how I play the game. Something else, I was all the way in bronze in the finals again. I'm not back up in like plat where I usually was. So I
Hmm.
still have that like adventure. I have that, oh, I got the gold. I got the, I instead of being like, oh, masters, oh, I'm ace, oh, masters, oh, I'm ace. I
Yeah.
have that reward system working for me.
Hmm.
So I think that's what it is. As soon as I get up to like plat again and I level out, probably would simmer down again, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay. Okay. Um. Well, yeah. It's as far as what I've been playing. What have I been playing? I know I've been playing Farming Simulator,
Yeah, there it
but
is.
I was trying to think as to whether I've been playing anything else. The answer to that is no as of right now. However, there were
Okay.
like recently a couple of like Steam will do like their like giveaway where every once in a while they give you like they offer like free games or something.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I actually like within the past week they've done it a couple times. I think
What?
last week or a couple weeks ago they gave away House Flipper 100% free. Now, if longtime listeners may recall that I had a little bit of a House Flipper phase going. But so I don't really need it, but hey, I'll take anything for free 99, as the kids say. And then so I got that. So I'm not gonna play that, but they also are now just having Gravekeeper available for free. So I've downloaded that for free. So I'll probably end up playing one or the other, probably House Flipper, just get back into it. I'm assuming because I have it through Steam PC, there's more mods, different things you can do to make it fun.
Right.
But outside of that, I've only just been playing Farming Simulator, which actually is also on, I believe, I'm going to check because I have Steam open right now. I believe it's also on sale on Steam right now. It is.
Ooh.
Usually $29.99. You can get it for the absolute steal of $23.99.
Oh dang. Oh dang.
But it's like
What
on
a deal.
console, it's like $40.
That's what?
So it's like, well, you know, and also I like prefer it's an issue because I prefer to play it on console, like on my Xbox. I just play it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to have to sit in my computer and do it. But then I've also been getting stuff to build a new rig, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna land with Farming Simulator on my PC, but otherwise on console, that's what I've been playing.
I mean, you can your other rig, set it up so that way it's just like a video game system. You don't have to sit like at a desk and a chair, and you
Yeah.
can just use your Xbox or PlayStation controller connected to it.
Yeah. I mean,
It'll work.
yes. And I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do for my office is where my new rig is going to go. And just set it up to a nice big TV. And when I want to do like video editing, I can do it there as well as just playing games.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have it's gonna be powered by an RTX graphic card. So I'll just do that type of thing and it'd be cool. It'd be good to go, you know.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, that's all I've been playing. I've been trying to get into a couple games here. I mean, it's just
It'll
you know,
happen. It'll
I
happen.
feel it though. I feel it happening. I'm no longer watching Farming Simulator RPs on YouTube as religiously as I once was. I mean,
Okay.
I was
Okay.
deep in it for like 2.5 months, and I
Yeah.
don't think I've watched one for probably about a week and a half. So I am transition. I feel myself transitioning out of
Okay.
this. It just
Yeah.
depends on where I'm going to end up next.
Right. Well,
I mean,
it's a process.
if anything, like the game that I feel like I would and want to be playing right now is Crimson Desert,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
And
I heard it's become like a cat collecting simulator.
yeah, which people are like cat collecting simulator is like it's kind of like that's a crazy thing. Like there's games that don't do that, and I would like people that you haven't played Rise of the Ronin yet. Because one of the things you have to do in Rise of the Ronin as a collectible is find cats. You have to find cats all over Japan.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like the fall. Can you imagine? Like that's one of the things you're doing as you're playing a character in Japan during the fall of the Tokugawa shogunate. It's also, hey, let's go find these cats. That's on roofs and stuff. And certain cats you have to sneak up on because they can hear you and run away, right? Like,
Ugh.
so I get it. Cat collecting, they ain't another thing to me. But yeah, I've been conflicted with that whole thing because again, building the rig, it's well, do I get a RX AMD card and get Crimson Desert with it? Or do I go with an RTX card, which is I think what I need to go with and what works for what I need, and then I get RE Requiem with it, which is like, oh, that's the higher rated game. It's the more prestigious game. It's also too scary, and I'm not going to play it.
That's
Right?
right.
And I
That's
can't gift it.
ain't gonna happen.
If I could gift it, I would just gift it, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's been the conundrum. So I've been waiting it out, hoping that next batch the RTX comes with Crimson Desert, and then the RX just comes with something else. I don't know. Saving Private Ryan. I don't know what the hell.
Literally anything else for you.
Yeah, anything else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for what I've been playing. Still going strong with Farming Simulator. You know what? I don't see myself slowing down. I'm getting some things chugging along here. I've got some things going in my playthrough. I'm building an empire. Still can't get out of debt, but I'm building an empire. You know.
Hey, you got to spend money to make money.
Spend money to make money.
That's what I tell myself.
That's also what I tell myself all the time. As I buy new games, I just bought.
Yeah.
As I buy Freedom Fighters for $1.49. Gotta spend money to make money. Yeah, so I guess that's it for what we've been playing. So let's move into our topic. Yes. Now, David, you kind of brought this, so I will let you kind of intro this topic.
All right. Okay. So I'll be honest with y'all. We were looking for a topic for today right before this. So we're just investigating, and I stumbled upon something,
Mm-hmm.
right? It is called Triple Dash I Initiative. All right. It
Mm-hmm.
is an indie showcase for the most part. So, like, we had E3, and now uh, PlayStation has their own, Xbox, like everyone has their own thing at this point. But this one is, for indies. So in this exact one for April of 26, there was 40 announcements. Now, those 40 announcements can be from revealing a new game that is going to be coming out, or just like an update to a previous released indie already.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go over some games and pick one or two that we want ourselves,
Yeah.
and talk about this as a whole of why we feel this is important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess we'll dive right in. I'll throw in my importance. I feel it's very important because, one, indie developers rarely have the money for ads and stuff like that. Word of mouth is a great thing, but word of mouth does only go so far,
Mm-hmm.
right? And as I mentioned earlier, Sony, Xbox, yada yada, they all have their own. The, the indies should have their own too, right?
Yeah.
Because it gets names out there. I already found a game that I'm buying after we're done recording, and I'm gonna try it out. All right, that's
Yeah.
how cool this one game looks. So, boom. This article already made a sale for an indie game because they made a huge thing for indie games. A
Yeah.
showcase. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I think they're important. What about you?
Yeah, I think that a showcase, basically a game showcase, PlayStation has their state of play, Nintendo has their direct, Xbox has their games showcase. I do think having a more agnostic kind of video game showcase specifically for indies is great because the thing to keep in mind too, like I mean, I know also some publishers do like their own thing. I think like EA does their own thing, Ubisoft
Hmm.
does their own thing. God forbid. Uh, and it's just like a matter of like,
He doesn't forbid it, which is crazy.
yeah, but it's just a matter of like, it's just like a matter of like, if you don't have those, sometimes you'll see indies at those things, right? You'll see indies at the Xbox showcase. You'll see indies at the PlayStation. Typically, not always. Typically, those require connections, right? So
Hmm.
it's not like just an indie can, and I'm sure to some extent also requires some connections. But I think like I'm not sure about the back like behind it, the organization, what all that stuff is like. But conceptually, I like it because I would like it to where indies can control their own showcase of their smaller games. Because even like a lot of these independent games are smaller than the the triple A's or the double A pluses, but they're also
Hmm.
typically even bigger than some of your other indie games, right? Like for instance, something like Gravekeeper 2 is probably bigger than Omno, right? Like
Right.
development team, something like what I'm saying? It's still an indie
Right.
game, but it's a bigger, higher tier
It's
of
a
indie, you know?
exactly. I
And
yeah, I think
yeah,
Omno was just one developer,
right,
and then Gravekeepers 2 has like a team.
right, right. Right. It's the same with like Manor Lords, mostly developed by just one person, with some
Right.
stuff that was kind of like contracted out or whatever like that. Like having showcases specifically for those really smaller indies and with these ambitious or just cool titles, like that's a great thing to have a showcase for that because you don't want to have to wheel and deal with the whole like, oh, we do this, or hey, we're having some kind of backing here or there, or hey, there's some vested interest in the studio from this publisher or this platform, and that's why they're possibly getting, featured and different stuff like that, right? And it kind of maintains more of a I think it also like it sets expectations a lot better too. I immediately thought of like High Guard, and though it would not have had as big of a splash when it first released, had
Hmm.
it been done on something like an indie showcase as opposed to the Game Awards, it may have had a different reception. It would have had
Right.
the expectation of this is an indie game. There's some things with it that are, whatever surface level, but it has the room to grow. It's intended to grow, and the expectations are kind of there with it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's super cool to have something like this. It's just a matter of, how indie is it, right? If
Right.
it's because a lot of these, not all, but a fair amount of these indie studios are also ran by former oh, this person worked at Square for 12
Right.
years. This
Like
person worked
33.
at Blizzard. Yeah, exactly, right? And it's like, okay, well, that is indie, and you're doing interesting and great ideas. But my mind goes back to, when we had our show, an indie story, those
Hmm.
type of indies. It's a
Exactly.
guy that's, it's a, in the terms of, I forgot, man, what was the name of it? Forgot. I'd have to look it up. But in the instance of something like the one game we saw, Captain Contraband, that we talked about,
Hmm.
is a matter of this guy and a few of his friends or a few people he know putting passion into this whole thing and trying to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And eventually coming up with something. And then you have on the other hand, and I'm going to look it up on Steam right now because it actually is on Steam. Um, in the instance of like something, let's see here. I got it. It is don't fail me now. Do not fail me now. Selene. Yeah, there we go. So in the instance of like a game like Selene, I'm not sure if you remember, but it was a solo dev. He was a
Hmm.
guy living in Greece. I think he was like a single dad,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah. I remember
And
that.
like he's pouring everything he has into this game to create this game and getting his story behind it, his journey of how he like I also want things like that to get spotlighted and to get showcased, which is why we had that show, right? And it's like
Right.
the same thing, like having showcases that also really pertain to the little guy that has this cool, interesting title, that has a lot of, passion and wants to do stuff like that. That's awesome. So I want more indie showcases, right? I want that love and that attention to kind of be spread around to all variations of indie developer, whether it's a team of 30 people or it's a team of one, like
Yeah.
I think all that's cool.
Yeah. Me too. It's the same world, but a completely different world
Yeah,
from like, the big boys.
yeah,
Um, what do you want to go on to next? A game or two that we think that we'll enjoy ourselves?
yeah. Let's talk about that. We want to show love to these indie games. Let's talk about these indie games that we're actually interested in. Um,
Okay.
Now I'm interested. You said that you've got one that you're gonna get off with.
Yeah.
Which
So
which one was that?
that is a valid question. And I have no idea what the name of it was. I have to
Oh.
go through these really quick to remember. But I did spot another one. So that'll be my
Okay.
second game. The first one right now, uh, this one is called Super Battle Golf. That just sounds really fun. It
Hmm.
is a online 1 to 8 player golf game where everyone plays at the same time.
Nice.
So you can sabotage
Yeah.
your friends, you can hit
Yeah.
them with your ball, you can run them down with the golf cart.
Yeah.
Like that just sounds hilarious. And that's going to be the game where it is funny, but there's just that one friend that just doesn't stop.
Right.
It's going to get to you.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm gonna have flashbacks of that Mario game on the Wii U. But that just seems like a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like a fun game. It's not just because of the whole like super part of it. It kind of reminds me of like I think it's called Super Mega Baseball. Do you ever heard of that series?
No.
Um yeah, Super Mega Baseball is like a video game series. It's published by EA. Um, but it's kind
Okay.
of like this fun, you know, arcadey baseball game that's like really fun, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean it's not too realistic. Again, it's arcadey, but if you want to play something besides, PlayStation's MLB, the monopoly they have on that franchise,
Hmm.
which I don't know how the hell that's still happening, but it'd be a cool game. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Um, the one looking at it, the one game that immediately caught my attention, and I mean, there's a bunch of good looking games here. The one that immediately caught
Agreed.
caught my attention was a game called Solar Punk. And it's supposed
Yes.
to come out June of this
Yes.
year. But it's basically, I'm kind of reading the excerpt here. It's a calm survival game in a technically advanced world of floating islands. Alone or together with your friends, you can construct buildings, grow food, craft gadgets, and explore distant islands with your own airship. You use sunlight and wind to create an energy system and automate your processes, like gathering resources and watering your plants to build your dream home in the sky. This sounds like right up my alley. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm
Especially right
thinking,
now.
yeah, and in fact, I'm thinking so you remember you've recalled before how, a long time ago that you, Corey, and I, we all played a little bit of Valheim together,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I love playing Valheim. Well, it was
Good
actually
times.
a little bit of a phase for a good amount of time where my partner, her brother, and I were playing Valheim together. And we were
Oh, okay.
building this huge fort and doing all this different stuff, like all that crap. And this actually seems like a really cool game to play with my partner. Like
Hmm.
we can actually like get this, and then we can, hey, let's build on this area, let's do this, let's do that. Hey, you hop in the airship, go get this resource, I'll stay here and farm, different stuff like that.
Right.
Like it's calm, it's not like this hectic thing where everything is trying to kill you. It's like the starting area, the meadows of Valheim before you get to the dark forest and everything else, and everything goes to
Right.
shit, right? Like it seems like that. So that'd be really cool because it's low stakes, low pressure. You're just kind of enjoying the survival elements of it in a
Right.
pleasant kind of these islands in the sky thing is like a really cool concept. So
I agree. And
yeah.
obviously we know nothing of the game besides what it is, but it sounds like it's a laid back version of
Yeah.
like a serious farming simulator.
Yeah, or like I'm thinking about like these other crafting survival games like Ark or Rust. It was interesting because Rust actually just had this whole tease with Rust 2, but like an Ark or a Rust or one of those kind of survival based building type games. It's like, hey, here's a different approach on that. What if it's islands in the sky, so you have to have air travel, and also what if not everything is trying to kill you all the time? Right? And it's like, oh well, that's
That's
surprisingly pleasant. That sounds like a great experience.
yes.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. Okay, so I found it.
Okay.
It is called Rift of the Necrodancer. So it is a
Hmm.
Guitar style, Guitar Hero esque type game.
Okay.
And I went on the Steam page and looked at it really quick. It's not back. It's not up right now. I went to my wish list when we were talking about your wish list.
Yeah.
But what was in this showcase was they released an Undertale music pack. So that's why it was included. This game has already
Oh.
been out. I think it's $8, but it might be 10. It was either $7.99 or $9.99. I can't remember. But that's the one I'm definitely gonna try because I just I love rhythm games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Um. Yeah. That sounds cool. Um. I'm trying to think because obviously, again, we've talked about um so many different games that are here. And I want to name one that I'm actually just looking forward to, even though um it's a bigger game. And
Mhm.
it's one I just mentioned, and that's Graveyard Keeper 2. So Graveyard
All right.
Keeper, for those that don't know, Graveyard Keeper is kinda basically, but not really Stardew Valley. Except instead of building a farm, you're building a graveyard, right? So like the idea of that is fantastic.
Mhm.
And so I have a feeling of like, hey, like this is going to be a really cool game to look out for, especially as I start playing Graveyard Keeper, the first one. It's a game I had my eye on, and it's just one of those where it's like, oh yeah, I really want this, and then I forgot. So the second reminded me of the first, seeing it for free reminded me of the first, and now that I have the
That's
first, I'll be reminded of the second one. So yeah, it was like, okay, cool. So I think that's another cool one. When you see like indie games start to franchise, like become franchises and IPs, that's like one of the coolest things because it's like they've had so much success that they can keep going. Like the idea of like the coolest thing to me besides Hades is the fact that there's a Hades too, right? Because
right.
like an indie got such great praise and such accolades for their game that they're like, we can turn this into a franchise. And franchises literally build studios. Like they inject
Yeah.
them with a type of cash of where they can like possibly go after pre-existing IPs if they want and make games from those, or just be more aggressive and more kind of creative with their own IPs or create a new IP. So it's always great to see that. So seeing there's a sequel to Graveyard Keeper 2 or Graveyard Keeper, it's great. Always want to see that.
I mean, you're right. If I saw an Omno 2 randomly, that is an instant buy.
Right?
I don't care if it was $30, $40.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I
How
mean,
much was
70. I think it was 20. It might have
Yeah.
been 10. It was somewhere kind of low. But yeah, I
Yeah.
would love that.
Yeah.
This I found another game. I don't know. I think it's just really cute, and it might be a game I play with Emily. It's called Sledding Game. It says a release date of
yeah.
April 30th for early access.
Coming
So
up.
it's just a silly multiplayer hangout game where you race down hills as cute frogs. You can do silly tricks thanks to the ragdoll physics, and proximity chat lets you laugh at your friends when they wipe out. That just sounds like an amazing game where you can grab 1, 2, 3 people and just laugh at each other, talk. You know, you're not sitting there like, oh, there's a guy on your right, and and shooting people, and or you missed your crops. You're just literally falling down a hill and laughing.
Yeah.
That just sounds like a good time.
Yeah. Low stakes.
And that sounds like an easy game to turn into a drinking game. Every time you bail, you got to take a shot.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know if people play those kind of games anymore because I've been sober for almost 6 years, but
yeah,
I used to do that a lot.
Well, I'm sure you replace the alcohol with something else. There's so many things that aren't good for us. I'm pretty sure we could just
pretty much
find
everything at this point.
Most things, right? Just find oh hey, I mean, I was going to suggest something that's worse. I was going to say, hey, every time you do this, you take a thing of Valium. That seems actually exponentially worse than taking a shot. So don't do that. But if there's other
every
things,
time you bail, take a Vicodin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that'd be really cool. This is a cool multiplayer game for sure. I've got 2 more. One is there was a reveal. I think it was the world premiere reveal of another franchise. Like to see it being a franchise. Talked about it not too long ago. Don't Starve Elsewhere. So
yeah.
Klee, I think is how you pronounce their name, is back with their great franchise, and it's the same thing. You've got this macabre, Tim Burton-esque, Lovecraftian type of world. You have to survive the elements, the different monsters and stuff that are there. And so yeah, I'll be definitely interested in playing that. I have Don't Starve and Don't Starve together. Yeah, so this would be another one that I pick up.
I just have to commend them for naming it the way they do. Don't starve. Don't starve together. Don't starve elsewhere. Don't starve in Texas. Like it's just they can go forever.
The first one, maybe the last one, they'll just title it like "Don't Starve at All," and it's just it's just
perfect.
The last one.
Perfect. You hear us, guys?
Exactly.
I don't care if it's 3 or not 3, 4 or like 15. Don't starve at all, and then it's the finale.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yep.
I found this one. It's called Final Sentence. It says it's a Squid Game-esque battle royale, but it's typing. So you have to type quickly and correctly, because if you make a mistake, you're shot and eliminated. And it's up to 40 players for like one battle. And I do want to get my typing up to speed. I can type quickly, but I also make mistakes.
Okay. Yeah.
So if I can work on that, that would be great. So that's just a 2-in-1.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I feel like those kind of like I mean, it's technically not that, but it reminds me of like the golden age of the late 90s, 2000s, where they had these edutainment computer games, right?
Hmm.
Where, they'd sit us there and they'd be like, hey, this is teaching you math, or it's teaching you deduction, or like deducing or something, or it's teaching you this, but it's also like a game with a story and different stuff like that. Sometimes when when you're like younger, you're like, that's stupid, that's lame. And then as an adult, you're like, that's incredibly efficient. I would love to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you get why the adults when you were a kid were like, this is great. You're like, no, this is lame. I want to play Resident Evil. I don't want to play this. And then when you're older, you're like, I would like to type and have fun at the same time. This sounds
Right?
magnificent.
That's it's all about the perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the last game that I have on here is a game called Romestead. It's game basically where it's kind of like a action pixely RPG. The art style is awesome. But
Okay.
basically the idea is that Rome has fallen and you need to rebuild Rome.
Mm,
So you need to rebuild your towns. There's survival elements and all that in there. It kind of, I'm going to say this again, it kind of looks like if Stardew Valley took place in Rome and you had to do some city building and some protecting and different stuff like that. Like honestly, that's the vibe I get from it.
okay.
And you also have to gain the favor of the gods, which is cool. That reminds me of the older Sierra game. I talked about those before. The older Sierra city builder games of like
Mhm.
Caesar 3 or Pharaoh, where you had to build temples to gain appeasement from the gods, and they would kind of gift you gifts. Hey, here's a bountiful harvest, or hey, here's extra gold, or hey, we just struck your enemies down. I'm not sure if those are exactly the things that you would have to do in this. It seems like you have to give offerings in order to appease them, but the same
Okay.
concept would be pretty cool. I wonder like what
Yeah.
kind of offerings would I need to give Mars in order to have a super strong military to fight away all the monsters and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Seems interesting.
Hmm.
Um, I found this one. It's called Dead as Disco. It's a neon-drenched, rhythm-based action game. You control Charlie Disco. He's a fallen icon who must battle his ex-bandmates and music legends to reclaim his spotlight.
Mm.
So I don't know what to expect, but I expect music and tapping keys to the music. So I,
Great.
I like I like the sound of that.
Yeah. That sounds like it's right up your alley.
Yeah, that says May 5th for early access, so I have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not interested, but there's a Castlevania.
There
It's
is.
a
Yeah.
direct sequel to Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse.
Hmm.
That is very cool for Castlevania people.
If you're a Castlevania fan, I know it's fallen out of some relevance, but it's still got some
Yeah,
of it there, you
yeah, for
know?
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be pretty
Uh,
cool.
All right, I think that's the last one for me. I
Yeah.
went through the whole alphabet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's like some other bigger games in there too, but like again, not trying to do all big indie games because again, I like the smaller ones that have like interesting ideas and
Right.
yeah, so it's cool, but there's a bunch there. If people are interested, there's multiple. You just Google, I think, Triple I Initiative.
Yep.
You can see a list of their certain games
Mhm.
there and check them out because they may be indies that aren't on your radar at all, and you're like, hey, this seems like a really cool thing. It's going to come out and it's going to be like $9. I'd rather give them $9 than you know give any more money to like 2K Interactive or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um.
I looked up Indie Showcase just to see if it would show up in like the answers.
Mhm.
But the first thing that comes up is like Nintendo and stuff. But it did show up. It's like at the very bottom of page one for me. So
Mm,
I don't know where it's gonna show for people, but it does show up if you forget Triple I Initiative,
gotcha.
and
Yeah.
it's literally three I's Initiative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I seen that's what their website is. III dash initiative.
Gotcha.
So for everybody out there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it looks like we're drawing close near the end of the episode, which means it's time for final thoughts, where we can offer a final thought about anything that is related or unrelated to this podcast episode. So, who would like to give a final thought first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, so with my latest obsession with the Guzzlord Pokemon, I was doing some investigating and see like what merchandise is he on Pokemon trading card game wise, right? I don't want to get too crazy. And there's only two things that showed up: a booster box for Crimson Invasion that came out in 17, and then there's like I forget what they're called, but it's a box with Guzzlord on it, and it comes with 2 Guzzlord promos and then like 6 packs or something.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll just grab one because they're both out of print, both kind of higher up there. So I've been selling some more of my cards out of my binders, so it was pretty much an even trade. I bought the booster box, so now, and it's coming with a hard case for it too, which a lot of people do. I don't have any on mine. I need to get them. They're like only like $20, but they kind of add up,
Mm-hmm.
But so I got that coming. I don't know when it will get here, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think I got all of the cards, like at least the different ones. Now I just need to get them in like PSA 10s and the CGC pristines. I just want to have like the Guzzlord collection out of anybody.
Right.
That's my final thought.
Right. And that's going to be, is that the only collection of which you're like, this is going to be here. Like, I'm just going to have it.
Right. Yeah. So unless something happens to where I need to, this is a lot of people. They call it personal collection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff that they have that they're not going to be trading, selling like that. Even though I have all this other stuff, I'm going to be trading and selling.
Mm-hmm.
It's being a personal collection. The only reason I'm going to get rid of it is if I need the money.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Well, cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. My final thought is, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Starfield
Probably
just
not.
had its most recent update, its
Oh,
biggest update yet.
okay. Did it make it better or worse?
Well, and the one cool enhancement update that came to the game,
Mm-hmm.
now you can fly in space. Now, I know a lot of people may have been thinking, wait a minute, isn't Starfield a space game? And I
Yeah,
would
I was
say
like, you
yes.
couldn't
I would say
already
yes.
do that?
So what you could do is that you could hyper or jump drive from
You
a
can
planet to
only.
another,
Okay.
but you could not fly in open space.
So now you can fly for 30 hours and get to a
You can
planet
fly for
yourself?
30 hours if you want to. Hopefully, I don't recall if they actually like. I didn't read the full notes. My expectation is that they've put things in open space for you to do, right? But this is also Bethesda, so I shouldn't
Right.
be as presumptuous.
That's
Um, but yeah, but it's, I might hop back
so I
into
was
it.
gonna say
Maybe,
you're gonna hop back on and see what it's like.
I think when I get my new rig, I'll hop back into it, see what it's
Okay.
about. Put that
Yeah.
RTX to work, put that DLS 5 to work, so they can make all my Starfield people look like real life people in some
Hmm.
weird way. I think I'll probably do that. So yeah, I'll try it out. Return to it,
Yeah.
see what's popping off. But interesting
Definitely.
enough, maybe they'll have a 3/4 built space game by the time I hop back into it.
Yeah.
I mean, freaking, you're just talking about freaking No Man's Sky just essentially added Pokemon. I
That's
mean, they're going
you can
nuts.
do
The
this with
the diff
aliens.
the difference between how they're moving, and granted, I understand that No Man's Sky is like a decade old, but No Man's Sky, not No Man's Sky, Starfield is like 3-ish years old, I think, right? 3 or 4. Um,
Already?
yes.
I just want to cry at this point.
So it's it's like, oh, it's new. It ain't that new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, Starfield, it's a space game. You can finally fly in open
You
space.
can fly
No
in
Man's Sky,
space.
you can battle Pokemon now. So that kind of
All
shows where they're
right.
at. But yeah, that's
We're
my final
just
thought.
that was a good one.
Yeah. That brings us to the end of level 159 of the Thoughts and Players
Yeah.
podcast. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, share the podcast on your preferred podcast service. If
Yes,
you want to support
please.
us, there's a couple of ways you can do that. One,
There is.
merch, Teespring
Definitely.
store, shirt,
Yeah.
hats, hoodies, different stuff like that. We can do that. And then also, if you want to, we have a Patreon, $2 a month membership. If you want to support us there, check it out there. We'd really appreciate that. Yeah, that is it for me. David, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Yes, I can hear Emily playing Fortnite with her friends, and she's having a freaking blast, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm at.
Oh, that's great. Alrighty, well, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next level.
Peace.